What's up, everyone? Welcome to the September 1st edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by PrizePicks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code AWESEMO when you sign up and make a deposit at PrizePicks. You'll receive one free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum. You'll also receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. We only have a 4-game MLB slate tonight, and keep in mind it starts at 6:10 with the Orioles and the Cleveland game, so an hour earlier than usual. But we're still going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the Stokastic.com website. Starting with the top stacks, number 3, the Milwaukee Brewers are taking on Merrill Kelly tonight in Arizona. The Brewers are projected for 14% ownership, with a 13% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 16% chance of being the top value stack. Kelly's not a bad pitcher, but he is better than a couple of pitchers on this slate and clearly worse than 3. He has struck out 21.4% of hitters with a 3.87 xFIP so far this season. The Brewers' active roster has a 108 WRC plus and 186 ISO. Number 2, the Boston Red Sox taking on Glenn Otto. He is one of the worst pitchers on this slate. He has only struck out 16.9% of hitters with a 5.14 xFIP so far this season. The Red Sox active roster has a 105 WRC plus and 155 ISO. They are projected for 20% ownership with a 20% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 15% chance of being the top value stack. And number 1, the Atlanta Braves taking on Chad Kuhl tonight in Atlanta. Kuhl has struck out 16.6% of hitters with a 4.99 xFIP. The Braves are projected for 23% ownership with a 22% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 10% chance of being the top value stack. Their active roster has a 112 WRC plus and 187 ISO so far this season. Now, before we take a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers, we do have a new promo code for viewers of these videos. That promo is AdamMLB. You can find it at the top of the screen. Use it, get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. This offer is available for new subscribers only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, take advantage, get 50% off. You'll get access to behind the paywall data, including the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool that I frequently reference in these videos. So again, that's promo code AdamMLB. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. Now, looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Shane Bieber, projected for 44% ownership, 38% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, 23% chance of being a top 2 value at $9,600 against the Orioles. Now, keep in mind, this Orioles lineup is just getting better and better these days. You have Gunnar Henderson up from the minors. That immediately gives them an above average hitter to add to their lineup. Today, you don't have Mateo in there, so really, the only bad hitter in this lineup is Rougned Odor. Jesus Aguilar is in the lineup. He just joined the team from the Marlins. He has a 90 WRC plus this year. He was above average last year, so something like an average hitter. But it's still a really good pitcher in Bieber, clearly one of the 3 top pitchers on this slate in terms of talent and everything else. So looks like a good option here. He struck out 25.2% of hitters with a 3.04 xFIP so far this season. Number 2, Brandon Woodruff taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight in Arizona. He's $400 more expensive than Bieber. 36% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, 37% projected ownership, 19% chance of being a top 2 value. The reason I have him second and Bieber third is simply because Woodruff's projected for a little bit less ownership right now, and they more or less have the exact same projection, range of outcomes, everything. Arizona in a similar spot to Baltimore. Lineup not as good as the Orioles, but they did call up Corbin Carroll, who, along with Henderson, is one of the top 2 hitting prospects in baseball. That immediately just adds a quality hitter to the lineup. And they do already have a few quality hitters there already. So not a good offense, but not a cakewalk for Woodruff either. A 98 WRC plus and 20.5% strikeout percentage on the Diamondbacks active roster this season. Woodruff has struck out 29.6% of hitters with a 3.31 xFIP. And the clear number 1, despite massive ownership, Spencer Strider, 68% projected ownership, 44% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, 34% chance of being a top 2 value at just $8,800. He's taking on the Colorado Rockies. Their active roster has a 78 WRC plus and 23.1% strikeout percentage outside of Coors Field this year. And Strider has struck out 36.1% of hitters with a 2.49 xFIP. That 36.1% strikeout percentage is nearly 7 points higher than Brandon Woodruff, who has the second highest strikeout percentage on the slate. On top of that, we do not have a Colorado lineup yet, but it is likely that they're going to have 6 righties in there. Strider has struck out greater than 42% of the right-handed hitters that he has faced this season. He is completely mispriced and the top option as a result. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Milwaukee Brewers; number 2, the Boston Red Sox; number 1, the Atlanta Braves. And the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Shane Bieber; number 2, Brandon Woodruff; and number 1, Spencer Strider.